Hello and welcome to the Bourbon Bear. And now, as an Arlington Heights resident and the future home of the Chicago Bears, I have Bondo as the first guest of the year for the Chicago Bears 2025 season. How are we feeling, Bondo?
Bondo's great. I'm going to improve on my record last year that was sensational. The move to Arlington, I can even smell it from here. That they're going to be here in 2029, and the year the Soldier Field contract expires. But again, it's going to be a great season. I'm really upbeat right now, but we're going to talk about some things that after this we might not be upbeat.
Oh, tell me about it. Yeah. But to start with it, though, the Bears moving to Arlington Heights, officially announced by Kevin Warren, it makes sense in the long run. So a lot of the issues with Chicago going on right now include the fact they only get 50% of the revenue from merchandise sales at Soldier Field. The Bears just need to take this next step forward in owning their own place, becoming their own franchise, no longer tied to Chicago. A lot of problems with Chicago right now, but this is what they need to do is to be a successful franchise.
Well,
I feel like
the SoFi example is the trademark for this wonderful stadium. They've done an incredible job. You're right. All the things the Park District gets and 50%. I mean, the Bears are smart enough not to do that, and they can't negotiate that in their contract. And plus, you want to hold a Super Bowl. You want to build something that you're very proud of. They can do that here in Arlington.
And I mean, again, the facility, the only complaint I have in what their rendering designs were was I wish it was kind of like the Colts have, where it would be open up stadium during the summer. Can't get what you wish for all the time. Glad they're moving out of the city. It makes sense from transit perspective to have the train right there, two major highways colliding right there. Makes tons of sense to me, comparing when you have to walk to Soldier Field, even if you live in Chicago, it takes you 40 minutes to get there.
Well, you used to say that it was quicker to drive here to watch a Bear game than go to a Bear game, and you were in the city, North and Lakeshore Drive, basically. So I agree. I'm excited about it. I think the Bears, have made some decisions, positive, but there's some negatives, so I'm sure we'll go into that right now.
Well, let's kick it off to start with Colston Loveland, though. So preseason, he did see some action, looked good in there. He does look like he's going to replace Cole in that primary tight end wide receiver role. Cole did, when he played, have a great catch, though, down the seam.
He did.
So what do you think the breakdown is going to be with these tight ends?
Well, the coach is going to run a two tight end set. I mean, there's no doubts about it. I think Cole will get the ball, but he's primarily a blocker, and he's a darn good blocker. And the Bears need blocking. I mean, it's although they've improved their offensive line immensely, I think that we have to protect Caleb. It's so important. I know he didn't throw a lot of interceptions last year, but he got sacked way too much.
So I mean, he took a lot of those sacks though. So people got to acknowledge he's got to get a better pocket presence for sure. But Loveland, I think, was a great draft pick, and at first I was questioning why we did it. To be honest with you, because I thought hey, we have Cole, could have probably gone to tackle, but then I think the Texas tackle went to the Saints right before our pick. But Loveland has that build, and it seems like he's already got chemistry with Caleb to be a productive year one player. And it seems like, especially on that out route he ran the preseason week 2, he's going to be that kind of like shifty tight end that the Bears have really never seen that in a while. I feel like.
Well, he's like a flanker out there, but he's a huge target.
Oh yeah,
and he can move, he can catch. I like the pick. I mean, I really do. And they addressed their offensive line with the free agency, which is incredible.
Needed to do that.
And it's Caleb's time. I mean, you give him a pass the first year. If he, I hope he doesn't stumble. But I think his intellect is a little weak, but I think he's athletically an incredible player.
Oh, he can get out of the pocket. I completely agree with you there. But I think it all comes down to the offensive line itself, to you mentioning we've got 2 new guards, a new center, and the same right and left tackle. The one shock of the entire training camp was the rumors around Braxton Jones might get traded. He might not be the starter. We don't know what's going on with him. Ozzie impressed early, but then really never took it anywhere. Karan Amadaje, they thought might get cut.
Yeah.
And then you have this 4th guy that comes in the picture late in the year.
Yeah.
What do you think the Bears' left tackle situation is going to be for the year?
It's a question mark. And today they were talking about that Cam Anderson on Houston will be available. They're not. They put him up for a trade bait today, and I thought
That'd be a bad move. And right before the season starts, you cannot.
It's going to take time. There's no continuity with that. I agree with that. But he is a good offensive tackle, and
when he's healthy, he's good.
Yeah.
I mean, for a 5th round pick, God, was that back in 2021 or 2022? No, probably 2020. Yeah, 2022. Still, I mean, 5th round pick that's been a reliable left tackle. Don't hate it. But at least they have a battle going on there where we have depth at the spot now, which is something we normally never have. But going into the guard position, you but don't re-sign Tevin Jenkins and you get Jonah Jackson. You mentioned him earlier.
Yeah.
Drew Dahlman, love him as a center ad.
Excellent.
Joe Tooney, all day. Give me him
great
all
in the locker
day.
Great in the locker room. He is an incredible.
An all-pro guard, played
England
tackle when you needed him to. Oh my God! Well, he's Kansas City.
Last year was Kansas City, but he was all-pro on New England too, also. And the coach of Kansas City, Andy Reid said he cried when he left the team.
Oh, I believe it.
And they said he's never cried about anything other than he said for him to play tackle, guard, he would do anything right. Left guard. And those guys are so rare in the NFL. And I'm so happy we got him. And I know he's a little older, but I think he will help in the locker room tremendously.
Well, and I think we got him to his age point on a good deal, too. You know, it's going to be one of those transition things. We're going to need new guards, I think, eventually. So that'll be a draft probably next year. But Jonah Jackson, to me, is the strangest signing. He didn't play much on L.A. last year.
No.
Kind of a wild card coming in this year, and that was replacing Tevin Jenkins' spot in the line. What are your expectations of him?
Well, he's gonna Jackson's gonna be solid. All right.
Really?
I think he's gonna be solid. I don't think. I think the offensive line is gonna be pass protect. I'm worried about a running back. We really got to get a quality running back. I mean, I feel that that's the next
Kyle
step.
Monunga is not doing it for you? I think he might be someone who you can rely on, but...
Well, they say he's okay, I think.
He got praise from Ben Johnson. So.
He did. He apparently he's a very hard worker, which is very important. And running backs, like in a fantasy football league, they're kind of a dime a dozen. Although the last few years they got more important, as evident of Detroit and Kansas City.
Gibbs running the ball over there.
Yeah, wow.
But so you don't think DeAndre Swift's going to play a big part in this offense?
Well, I think he will, but again, I don't think he's that back that will put you over the hump, and they need someone like that.
My prediction for him, though, so I think he plays this year, and if Monunga does well, I think he'll start in the middle of the season, kind of splitting reps, and then maybe you draft next year, but you have new guards and a new center in Drew Dahlman, so it's kind of like, see how it goes. See how it goes. Swift's got another year, after this one, contract, so why not?
I'm not going to argue that. I just think that I thought I thought here they might pick up somebody. They were talking about the running back, the backup on Tennessee.
Utaje Spears?
Yeah. Again,
I don't think at this point in the game, I think you're good at running back. Well, I mean, it is what it is. You're starting the season in a week, so what are you going to do?
Luther Burden, does he fit?
Well, now we're going to wide receiver already.
Right, I know, okay. But I'm trying to work it in. Is he fit? I
think he fits 100%.
Really?
Luther Burden, if you saw those routes he was running the preseason, he's going to be that kind of Deebo Samuel prototype where he's going to be involved in every kind of option you have in Ben Johnson's offense.
Okay, how are they going to get the ball to him?
That's exactly what they do for Deebo. You can run the ball with him on a sweep. You could get him in a mid post, whatever you got to do. The thing I like about what the Bears did is you have all the weapons for Caleb right now.
Yeah,
you've got DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Luther Burden, Colson Loveland, Cole Kmet, Kyle Swift a weapon if you want to, but this is what he's got to deliver on. And Ben Johnson gets very creative in his offenses. If you remember, Jamison Williams, he could just hit him on giant routes.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Amon-Ra St. Brown, incredible in the hitch, whatever you need him to do.
He was the man, in my opinion.
And you have Roma Dunze on year 2. That's why I'm pretty high on him this year. Learning that system, and he's kind of one of those guys that can be any of those roles.
And with the coach, he's an offensive minded coach, and we all know
of course,
that.
Yeah.
these guys love to play for a guy like that. I mean, and plus our defensive coordinator has been a head coach, and that's another issue. But it's so important to play for guys that players like.
Oh yeah,
and both those guys.
What's wrong with our defensive coordinator though?
He's great. The people love him. The guys in New Orleans love him.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm just saying the players love those two coaches.
Well, and I think it's going to fit better in the scheme because we were running basically a no-blitz package on the defense. So it was normally a four-man rush, and, if that gets there, we get a sack. If not, secondary is going to battle their life away. And now the secondary being healthy, but Jaquan Brisker did show up in the injury report, which I'm not happy about that.
But they really didn't say much.
No, they didn't, because I'm hoping it's not concussion-related. And if they have to do that, then that's a big
he's
red
going to
flag.
be out for 6 weeks.
That's going to kill us. I'm nervous about that, but...
And Brister's so good. I mean, it's evident of all the way he played last year.
Well, he plays such physical ball. That's the problem and the solution, but it's like, what are you going to do?
He reminds me of Cam Corab at Viter.
Oh, God.
I had to throw a Viter,
Oh, Cameron at one point was seeing the clouds. He was like, what is going on?
Well,
but
yeah, because those guys couldn't block for him.
Oh, that's true, too. But keep it on the offense before we get to the defense.
Yeah.
So one other thing I wanted to bring up, though, is Darnell Wright. First-round pick. You have high expectations of him.
Yes.
Been playing well. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about him being able to continue what he's doing? Because there have been some injury concerns in this whole training camp process with him. I think we have good depth at right tackle, but I'm not 100% sure if you put Ozzie there or someone else. But
that's what I said. I don't think the backups are quite the talent that we could have. I mean, it's
good to have backups though.
It's
a
good
lot
to
of
have
teams
backups.
don't have backups.
Well, like I said, you get these guys that are. It's interesting. We're going to talk about the Parsons trade, but there are people out there that are value, and it doesn't cost a lot. Now, again, they're a little older players, but that when you go for a veteran that's still playing well, like Hendrickson, I thought we could go after him. I know we're talking about the offense here, but the Bears seemed like they never do that.
No,
I mean, they did that years ago with Mack, but. It's the true teams seem to do that in the not the beginning of the season, but make those giant leaps to a player that is older, but doesn't cost you much. And Hendrickson, I didn't think cost a lot.
Well, I mean, the guy. We can turn to the defense now.
Well, I didn't mean to.
No, we can. But the guy we got from the Colts.
Yeah.
Was that worth the money now that Micah Parsons is on the Green Bay Packers? Which a contract value. I find staggering. When you had Myles Garrett go for $40 million, you went $7 million above him per year on average, and you give up 2 first-round picks. So, Green Bay, I've been talking to some people, has never done well in the first-round drafting.
No,
I think Golden might be good, but they have generally not. So that's a worthy sacrifice.
Well, Golden's the wide receiver.
Yes,
and they Love needs that, and I agree.
Oh, we're sweating here.
Yeah, but
the sun is out.
Well, I'm not sweating because I'm cool.
Oh, you're sweating.
But no, I'm not.
It's dripping. Just dripping down here.
Yeah, because the cognac or the bourbon. But again, it goes back to Green Bay wins. I mean, they're always in contention. They don't draft well, but they know how to get player personnel in the game that can help the team, and that's one thing I think the Bears with Poles and is lacking.
Well, so before we get to the defense of it, because I kind of agree with you, Poles has made some big whiffs in rounds 3 beyond, I guess. Round 1 and 2, I think he's been okay. I think maybe he reached a little bit, but, I mean, you have Dexter on the team still, who's going to be a prominent player in this defense. You've got Darnell Wright, who's still our starting right tackle.
Right.
Colston Loveland, I think, is a good pick. But then you have people like Pickens got cut. You've got Tyler Scott got cut.
Yeah.
A lot of these late picks are bad. We gotta call him out.
Well,
he's getting too much of a blessing for the one trade he made for DJ Moore and the quarterback. I mean, oh my God, a first-round pick, obviously the number 1 overall pick, but which led to Caleb. But we gotta stop giving him a pass. This has been ugly.
Well, he's got it. This is his year. I think he got 1 year left.
No, he signed a 3-year extension.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Well, there's the Chicago Bears for you. But
exactly.
But no, hey, I mean they've done good with free agent pickups, and you got to give them credit with that. I mean, this year.
What free agents?
Tooney and Dahlman.
I don't hate those, but you also have the guy from Indy, Oh, I'm going to
Dolman.
botch the name. No.
Oh,
the outside linebacker.
Yeah, the guy we said earlier.
Agayo or
let's just call him Aggie.
Aggie. We'll go with Aggie.
We'll go with Aggie.
So, I mean, he's literally... I don't love our free agent signing. I do like the trade for Sweat, but I feel like they never did enough to establish with him. Now you have Booker on IR.
Yeah, but what happens, and this is really important, we're going to the defense. The Bears are one player on the defense away from disaster, and it's Sweat.
If he goes down, you're saying?
If he goes down.
Oh, yeah, we're screwed.
I'm just saying, he is the key puzzle to the defense. And if he goes down, look out for Bears. And I think
I agree with that.
My specialty is the line picking, and it's incredible. The Bears went from 1.5 point favorite with the quarterback on Minnesota's what's his name again?
J.J. McCarthy?
J.J. McCarthy.
I was like, McMahon? Because the Bears quarterback from your era. Oh, my God.
Yeah, well. But McCarthy hasn't proved himself at all. And the Bears were a 1.5 point favorite. Now they're a 2-point underdog, which tells me these guys in Vegas know something that we don't know.
Well, I think a lot of that comes down to if Caleb is going to be able to perform Ben Johnson's offense, because
here's our flyby, by the way.
There we go.
It was a little late. I only gave him $50. But
the Vikings' defense is good. I don't want to get into that right now, but we'll go back to that.
We'll go back to that.
Yeah. So I'm just going to focus on the Bears' defense. Jalen Johnson playing is going to be huge. It sounds like they didn't put him on short-term IR. That off-season injury that happened to him, it was like a training incident. If he's back, I feel good about the secondary. Mainly because Kyler Gordon's healthy, which is good. Rare thing. I feel like he's always hurt.
Well, because the Bears' defensive backs are the solid.
They're one of the best secondaries in the NFL.
Right, I agree 100%.
And if Montez Sweat's healthy, I don't really have a problem week one with our defense. Dexter's healthy and Genty's healthy, so that's good.
But
Billings is healthy, which Billings was a big part of our defense last year. When he tore his pec, that's when the front line collapsed.
Totally collapsed.
And he's healthy this year.
But that's when everything started. It was after. What was that? After the Washington.
That was at the Washington game.
That's the. Again, that was that game was the turning point of last season, and I did predict under on the over and under last year, and another win, which I should get chalked up. I got to get the board back out.
I normally would make fun of you, but we have the board at home. You did kill it last year. The betting was fantastic.
I'm the star of the show.
I don't disagree.
I'm the star. Everybody wants to watch my picks, but no, I hear you there. I think that I'm a little skeptical a little bit, and I know you're a little more positive. I think the offense is going to be okay. I think the defense is going to be. I give the offense probably a B+, but I'm giving the defense, because of question marks a lot of places on key players, like a C+. But interesting enough, I looked at the over under, and I know Minnesota has a great defense.
They do.
No question about it. They got the old coach from Miami as the defensive coordinator. I forgot his name.
It's not Fangio.
No. He was the old coach of Miami. Flores.
Oh, Brian Flores.
Yeah, Brian Flores. And I think he's brilliant on the defense. He's not a good head coach, but he's a brilliant defensive coordinator. So I'm a little skeptical, but a 45.5 to 46 over and under on the Bear game, I love the under there. But I don't want to go into Bondo's picks, but Vegas knows stuff. Okay? And when the Bears are 1.5 point and they go to 2-point underdog, and no other team, through my research, flip-flopped like that. Not one team is flip-flopped except the Bears. A couple have gone down a point, or maybe 1.5, but that's 3.5 points.
So you think that's a bad omen?
It's a bad omen, but I want to be proven wrong on this one.
That'd be good to screw Vegas over a little bit. But
yeah. Well,
I think part of that is, though, Ben Johnson's offense might not click right away. I think it might be a week 3 thing where all the gears are in full focus. So I don't disagree with that. But
it's complex.
We got to get into one conversation, though, about Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
So now that he's on the Packers, the Green Bay Packers odds have shifted.
Yeah.
The win total was, I believe, at 9.5. Already went to 10.5.
No, it was 9, and now I thought it went to 10.
10. Okay, so a whole game above
that's
for one player. That's friggin' crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Again, Green Bay, our arch rival. I mean, the Bears really in the process. No,
So the one thing I'll say though about that note though, the Bears did a similar move for Khalil Mack back in 2018.
Yeah.
Gave up a little bit less of a haul, and back then edge rushers weren't as much as they were now. Is this Green Bay's all-in moment? Because there's a lot of money on the line for that trade.
Well, Green Bay, they're always there. Okay, I mean, in the last 10 years, they're not supposed to be as good, and that and Love came in, and that first game against the Bears, he proved everybody wrong 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever.
Well, he did take them to, I believe, the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Lost the 49ers. Last year, though, one and done in the playoffs.
Well, the one and done, but overall, they were there.
That's
they
true.
Were still in the playoffs. They won the division, I believe, and then they tied Minnesota or something.
They did not win the division. They were the
Detroit won.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but all three of the guys in our division, Detroit, Minnesota, Green Bay, they're tough. I mean, last year we were the best division in football.
They're tough, and I agree with you from a win-loss perspective. But the fact that they all have one-round exits, it's kind of like a paper tiger right there.
Yeah, but still, they all made the playoffs. I mean,
they did. I get that.
That was like the Bears back in the early 2000s when they, 3 teams made it, and none of them, clicked.
That was also a Mitch Trubisky bomb to, I can't remember the wide receiver, but against the Saints, and that kind of effed up the game. They could have won that game. It was one throw. It was like a drop.
It turned over. Yeah, everything.
Oh my God!
So like the Washington game last year.
That's when the season started to tank. I agree with you there.
We tanked, and maybe for good reasons. But
then, so turning it back to the defense, though. So the Bears linebacking course, returning the 2 of the starters from last year. Drafting Hippolyte, which I thought was a bold pick in the 4th round. He's a speedy guy, and I think he might actually transition to free safety if Brisker can't play. Yeah. I think it's not an uncommon take, to be honest.
He had a good preseason.
No, he's fast as hell, but if Brisker got hurt, I'd be interested if they did that. But regardless, so you've got TJ Edwards, Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds.
Yes, Edmonds and they were there last year.
Yes. I mean, so you're returning your starting linebacker, and Noah Sewell, I guess if you want to throw him in there, but that's a good linebacker course still.
Well, the guy from Buffalo was really good at Buffalo, and the Bears. That's the guy I said earlier. I'm sorry, I'm running.
No, so T.J. Edwards came from the Buffalo. Eagles.
Oh, Eagles. Who's the guy from Buffalo?
Edmonds came
from Buffalo.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll have to do better homework. But back to my high school days. But Edmonds was outstanding on Buffalo, and he wasn't that great on the Bears. I mean, he was average at best.
No, he missed a lot of tackles. That was my biggest beef with him. Was literally someone makes a juke, and all of a sudden he's just can't do anything. TJ Edwards though, he was a beast in the middle.
He was. I got a little confused. He was the guy from the Eagles, and. No, I agree with that. I always think the Bears' defense is always going to carry the offense, and I think this year might be different. I think the offense will carry the defense a little bit.
So one person I did want to bring up from the offense. So you think Luther Burden will not have a huge impact?
No, I don't. I think I don't know if he's a good fit, and I know you disagree with me, but.
The one reason I disagree with you is because he's almost like the play weapon, basically. You can design some crazy things with him. He did great in the preseason.
He did.
I think he's going to have a very solid year. Roma Dunze, I think, will develop into...
I think his year is this year. He's going to break out. Yeah, he's going to break out.
I agree with that.
Second year, he did good the first year. I don't know, did he make all rookie?
No, not even close. But I think Roma Dunze is going to develop into a true number 1. DJ Moore next year, I don't know what his role is going to be because Luther Burden essentially is going to take his role in my mind. Because they did use DJ Moore in the backfield. They did use him for most of the short stuff. Quick throws. Yeah. But you have Luther Burden now. So it's kind of like, is there really a spot here? I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it a good fit? I mean, are you saying for Moore?
I'm saying for Moore.
I'm saying for Luther. Okay.
And DJ Moore, don't get me wrong, super talented.
Yes.
I think he's got great chemistry with Caleb, but we'll see how that goes on because right now you got a young offense. Think about that. You've got a second-year player in Rome and Caleb, first year in Luther and Loveland.
Yeah. Well, then
it's kind of like, hey.
Let's touch on 2 special teams. Cairo Santos, 12th year here? The
No,
kid-
not even close to 12th year.
Well, what is it?
Fifth year, maybe?
No, it's more than that. I think it's 7.
I mean, we had Cody Parkey in 2018, so it can't be more than that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So that's 7 years ago. So it's 8. Let's say 8, 7 or 8. But he's solid. And that punter, right? The guy is the Australian punter, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that kid can kick the crap out of the ball.
I like him. I
do.
Colin Carney, shout out to Colin, hates him.
Why?
Because we use a 4th round pick on a punter. Which you can't. He's not wrong. But we'll see how he punts this year.
We'll see how he is, but I like him. I really like him. But I'm not going to give my picks. I'll wait for next week. But you got my over and under pick for the season.
Oh.
I'm going over Bears. It's 8.5 or 8, but I pretty much 8.5. I got a feeling, and last year I was a little wishy-washy because of rookie quarterback, but the sophomore year can really turn heads.
Yep.
And
Agree with that.
and these quarterbacks that have great years, first year, freshman year, second year have usually struggled. And Williams, I don't feel because didn't have that much. He had success, but not great success, and I think that's really given him motivation to get better.
Over under Roma Dunze's 800 yards.
Oh, over.
Over. Wow.
Oh yeah, he's.
I hit that last year, so I'm curious of your thoughts.
No, well, I definitely think it's going to be that, and
So you have that much faith in Rome?
I do. I think
Rome wasn't built in one day, but we're on day 2, so that makes
Well,
sense.
that's I didn't build you in one day.
Well, there we go. It was about a 9-month process.
Yeah, it was more than that.
Oh.
It's still in process, I think.
Oh God.
But no, I think again going back to the running backs, I don't think their depth is there. I think that the line I'm really happy about. The wide receiver, tight ends, I'm really happy about. I think Williams is going to have a good year. I'm just worried about the running backs on the offense and on defense. If, like I said, Montell Sweat gets hurt, Montez or whatever.
Montez from Money Mutual.
Yeah. He gets hurt. I hate to say it. That's going to be big problems. And of course, the defensive secondary. And if we lose a couple of those guys, it's.
So, Bondo, we got to ask, though. Yeah. You got to give us the Bears over-under record, though. You got to give that. You don't have to give the points. Yeah, you don't have to give any spreads. Right now, it's at 8.5, I believe.
Yeah, it's 8.5, and I said we're going over. I said that.
I think so. Okay.
Yeah, I said that 8.5 to 8 over. Last year I picked under, and I was right. I looked bad at the beginning, but I think the Bears. If they can get 10-7, I'd be ecstatic, and that might get them in the playoffs.
10-7. All right. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, maybe 9-8 won't get it, but I think 10-7 is what I'll stick with. And it's a tough schedule. It's not an easy one.
And just because we won't have you on before the Vikings game, we'll be at the game. So Bear Suit will be on. Well, that line you said just shifted. Do you think this is the buck the trend? What do you think the Bears Vikings final score game is going to be?
Well, I like the under. All right.
I know you like the under.
I like the under.
So we want to know the score.
Score. I think they're playing at home.
They are playing at home.
McCarthy is an established quarterback. I think he's a rookie, in my opinion.
J.J. McCarthy.
J.J. McCarthy, and I think if the Bears can put pressure on him, he'll melt. And I predict the Bears will win 21-17.
21-17. Wow. Okay. Low scoring game. I like that.
Well, I think it'll be low scoring. That's why
I'm happy with that.
But I want to go with my picks. You're gonna have to get me on the show, because I know everybody wants my picks. I mean, if they're going,
well, Bondo's
73%.
We'll get that on the Saturday.
Well, of course. I mean, I'm not just a pretty face. I'm here to make you guys money, as I did last year. And I will do it again this year, even better than the 72% clip, which is ridiculous.
I don't think it was 72%.
Well, I fudge a little.
Now. All right, well, that's all the time we have.
All right.
Bear down, boys. Bear down.
Let's go, Bears. The Bears.